How to make money with stocks, the plan, how you can make money with stocks. So most times we have seen a lot of information, people saying buy this one, do this. I just want to give you some kind of clue on what you should be doing, because one thing you need to improve on, especially when you want to make a lot of money from the stock market, regardless whether it is stock market, Nigerian stock market or the US stock market. Even though for today's video, I'm going to focus on the Nigerian stock market, but one thing you need to improve on as you invest in the stock market is knowing when to buy and knowing what to buy. Knowing when to buy and knowing what to buy. So this is how to pick your winning stocks. If you're able to figure this information out, if you're able to crack this code, trust me, you will have about 98% rate. So today I'm going to talk about it, and I'll also show you one stock I'm closely watching that is under my radar. And I want to also tell you these zones you should look out for, because like I said, what to buy and when to buy. That you know a stock to buy is not enough. You may know a stock to buy. There are so many people who bought, like for example, insurance stocks when they had already made the moves. Like when people saw that they're already doing so well, that is when people now started rushing into that particular stock. And then the funny part of it is that as they were rushing into that stock, now they are stuck because stocks pulled back. And the thing about pulling back is, have you ever wondered when people run down a hill? It's like everybody's running on the same speed. Brrrr. But when it is time to run back up to the hill, not everybody will get there at the same time. That's exactly what happens in stock market. When they are running down, it's like all of them are going down. When it's time for them to pick up, not all of them will pick up. If this thing is making sense, drop it in the comment section and say, yes, it's true. Not every stock actually pulls back. So I want to show you the best way to pick your Nigerian stocks. I want you to understand what are the things that are important. And of course, I won't forget to mention our community. Our 5.0 community is currently up and running. So if you want to learn how to understand the stock market, both the US stock market and the Nigerian stock market, and how best you can make money, see, you will enjoy lessons, and then I give you recommendations. You will definitely know what you're doing if you are patient enough to learn, because if you learn, this is something you can own for life. So let's move on. Like I said before, the key things you need to know is what to buy and then when to buy it. Now, sometimes you hear things like buy low, sell high. Very good. But when you don't know what to buy low and when to buy it low and when is the low, because you trying to predict the low can be dicey, to be very honest. Before you can say, I'm going to buy at this price, you must have something I call confidence. There's something I call confidence risk. Being able to know that this stock you're buying, even if it will go down, you're confident that this stock will go up. It happened in our community. At some point, those that just joined in 4.0, we are panicking because the stock pick I gave them had just dropped. And then so some of them were private chatting me and telling me, I'm just seeing minus, I'm just seeing loss. I said, don't worry. That's confidence risk, because I know the stock was going to pick up and the stock did not disappoint. Today, everybody's smiling and happy. The second thing you need to understand is consistency. If you've been tracking a particular stock for a long time, you are most likely going to do well in the stock because you've known the trend, you've seen it go up, you've seen the support areas, you've seen the resistance, you've seen where you can see the double top or double bottom or not any of the patterns. It's easy for you. So consistency makes a lot of sense. Then the third one is the ability for you to scale, knowing when to say, let me buy more. One of the stocks I mentioned to my VIP community members, I actually told them, this stock, buy more. We bought the stock at $6. This stock dropped to $5. I said, buy more. Today, the stock is $7. Now, the person who stayed at $6 is making $1 off. But the person who decided, let me buy at 5, the total average cost price may have dropped from $6 to 5.5, meaning you're making 1.5. So the ability for you to scale is not something you just learn overnight. I didn't learn it overnight. And that's because you can never predict exactly when it's the bottom. So you have to understand two things, the technicals and the fundamentals. So when you are looking at what is the stock I want to buy, the first thing you should be thinking of is what? The fundamentals. How good is this company? What are their products? What is their competitive advantage? Can they stay for the next 5, 10 years? That's what you should be thinking of. But when you're looking at when can I buy? When is the best time for me to buy? When is the best time for me to sell? Am I selling everything? Am I taking profit? That is technicals. That's when you're looking at the chart, you're looking at the direction, you're looking at where there are resistance points and there are support areas. So when you have this information, you can always hold cash. There are sometimes I just hold cash. I'm not interested in rushing into anything. I don't chase stocks. I just track my stock and I wait for it to come to my buy price. And when it comes to my buy price, I buy it because I have been consistently tracking it and it gives me 99% rate. So welcome everybody to my YouTube channel. I hope so far you've been enjoying the things I've been mentioning. Click the like button on this. I want to get 50 likes, at least 50 likes. If you watch this video to this point, please drop a like, then drop a comment and tell me where you're watching from. I want to know where you're watching from, and I want to know if you're actually learning these things I'm talking about. And if you've not subscribed, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because I teach you how to make money leveraging the US stock market and any other asset class that can help you make money the lazy way. So we are making money in the stock market one share at a time. So make sure you subscribe and watch this video to the end. Now let's go back to one of the things I talked about, the VIP stock gainers, the stocks that made money for us in the VIP community, are actually working on one principle: trend, direction. Trend. The trend is your friend. See, no matter what is going on, if AI is booming now and you randomly get into the AI stocks, you are most likely going to make profits because the trend is in the favor of the AI. Do you understand it now? So it's just like when people were buying insurance stocks during that time it boomed. Those that joined in a bit before it started actually made money. So even those that just rushed in actually made some amount of money. The question is, did you hold onto your profit? Did you take your profit, or did you allow your profit to get lost? So when you have all this information, you would now know how to stay patient. Okay? You know how to stay patient and do the right thing. Another thing you need to understand is, when you're looking at a stock, always look at, for me, I also look at dividend growth stocks. There are stocks that will pay you dividends, and at the same time, the stock is growing. There's a particular stock I saw, I have tracked it, I picked it up. I looked at the chart and I saw when it will come down. And I picked this stock up at $7. This stock will go to $20 and it will pay dividends 12 times in a year. So this one, you're making money in two ways. Those people in my VIP community, they have this list, they know this stock and they are buying it. So when you see them making money, it's not by chance. It's something that has come from a place of enough research work. So of course, before I give you these stocks, I want you to know that the stock I'm going to mention that you should watch for the Nigerian stock, I want you to know that I've picked this out of my experience, research, and the things that's worked for me. So do your own research. If need be, consult a financial advisor. This is for educational purposes. If you want to learn, join the community and see how best you can help yourself. But I want you to know one thing: the trend is your friend. And I want you to also know that we have what we call the bull cycle and the bear cycle. We have the times when the market is going up. We have the times when the market is coming down. So when we're in the bull cycle, even when we have a pullback, it will definitely go up. When we're in the bear cycle, even when it tries to pull up, it will still go down. So when you know the periods, so for US stocks and Nigerian stocks, they operate at different time. If you are buying stocks around May, June, July, they usually do well in the Nigerian stock. I've noticed it over time. For US stock, they do well from April, May. So let's go to the chart, and then I'm going to talk about this one stock, which is Owando. But make sure you join our VIP community, get the knowledge, get the right apps, get the recommendations and the right support. It is just 50,000 naira. The payment description is the payment details are in the description of this video. So make sure you click there and see all the details. So let's get into the charts. Okay, so look at this. Look at this. This is the Nigerian All Share Index. And as you can see, this is trading view that I'm using. You can see that this stock has been coming down, for the past few weeks. And since last week, we've been trying to make a pull to the upside. So this was last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This is this week's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we've been trying to pick up on this move. And you would see that some stocks are still struggling and some stocks are doing well. Last week, I talked about charms. And I told us that Champs has been doing well. You can see this move. Look at this beautiful move. It's coming down again because right now stocks are generally coming down. And you can see that this week we've not really made that kind of high move. Another stock I want us to keep under our radar is this Owando. Owando has been very, though some people have been leveraging on this opportunity. There are people who grabbed it when it dropped in April and they bought it at 35 and rode it up to 70, and then it pulled back again to 49. This is, if you've been monitoring this particular trend, you would see that you will know exactly at the points. One thing you need to know is that when a stock is dropping, it can go cheaper. You see now is at 47. You may think, oh, if I buy it here, it's going to go up. When you are buying here, you're going to apply two things: confidence, risk, knowing that, okay, this stock will eventually go up. So I am willing to wait for it to hover around here, go lower, and I'm also willing to buy lower before it makes its way up. And then there are people who think, no, let me wait. If I see it go lower, I would buy. Or if I see it break above maybe 50 naira, then I will get it on the way to the top. But I feel like this stock is going to do amazingly well between now and the next maybe few months. It may not be fast, okay? It may not be fast, but I see them doing well in the long term, because no matter how you see this, some people who are very good have been leveraging on this opportunity. Some people have been buying around 50 and below, and whenever it goes up to 60 or 55 or 58, they sell. They let it come down. So you won't be surprised that you may be complaining, but there are people who have leveraged on this stock to make money 3 good times. So they made money from here to here. They made money from here again, from 49 to this 62. And then they made money again from this 47 to 59. And then we're at 47 now. And you can see it's been coming back to 47. So even from 47 to 53, 47 to 53 is six naira. This 6 naira, some people will make up to 600,000. It just depends on how smart you are playing this game. So you need to understand where you belong. Are you trading or are you investing? If you're trading, then you're looking at short-term moves. If you're investing, you're looking at the long-term move, knowing that this stock will eventually go all the way back to 80. So if you look at the long run, you will see that when you buy it here, you can go and cross your leg and know that this stock will still eventually go all the way up. So, but if you jumped in here and the stock has dropped down to this place, you may be feeling bad at this point in time. That's why I said there are two things you need to know: knowing when to buy and what to buy. So you know what to buy. Take your time to study this particular chart, because the trend is your friend. No matter what is going on, you see, this thing will make or mar you. The reason why people panic is because they don't understand this type of movement. So when you don't have a plan, whether you should hold this stock for a long time. You don't have a plan when the price goes against you, what you should do. You see people going crazy, thinking so many things. And the worst is when you borrow money. And I've said it so many times, do not borrow money to invest in stocks like this. But this is a stock that at this price, if it goes lower, I'm willing to buy personally. So you can look at it and consider if it is something you should really, really watch. But this stock is on my radar. So I want to know if you enjoyed this lesson, if you learned something from this video. Please help this video to get at least 50 likes. I know that you learned so many things from this video, from the bull cycle to the bear cycle, to knowing when the trend is in your favor, to knowing when you should buy more. And of course, if you pick a stock, make sure you are watching the trend. And as you know, the Nigerian stock market index, or share index, is still on its way up. Don't mistake it. We are still in a bullish until we break below a trend line. Maybe in the next video, I'm going to show you how I draw my trend line, and I want to show you when you should be worried. When you see the all share index drop to certain level, you know that our bear season have finally come. So make sure you watch this video and get ready for the next video where I'm going to show you 1 or 2 things about the trend line and how trends can be in your favor. So see you in the next video. Bye.